What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Life After Beth, a movie I happened to click on Netflix. I saw Aubrey Plaza in the poster. I'm a fan of Aubrey Plaza. Got a little bit of a crush on her. I enjoy her in pretty much everything I've seen her in. I don't know specifically if there's anything that I've seen of hers that I didn't like. Well, I guess the newest Chucky movie, but even still, that wasn't horrible. But let's see here. No, screw it. I'm not going to go through her IMDb. But I clicked on the poster because she was in it, and thankfully, the poster, unlike some of the other versions of the movie poster, didn't spoil the premise of the movie. I didn't have any idea what the premise of this movie was. I just saw, I think it was under comedies or recommended, one of the two, and saw Aubrey Plaza, and I thought maybe I'd seen it already, maybe I hadn't, so I clicked on it. And the first thing that shows up is the A24 production bumper, and that got me excited. I was like, ooh, A24. And didn't realize that this movie had come out back in 2014, so it's been 5 years since this has come out. So early A24. I can't remember when I started seeing their movies pop up, but I tend to have faith that the movie I'm about to watch is going to be good when I see that A24 bumper come up. I rarely have I been disappointed when I see one of their films. So I'm excited. I'm watching the movie. Starts off funeral. Kid's girlfriend dies. Very depressing. The cast is cool. John C. Reilly is in this movie. Of course, I said Aubrey Plaza, Molly Shannon, Paul Reiser, Cheryl Hines. Just a fun. Anna Kendrick is in this movie also. So it starts off kind of depressing. Girlfriend's dead. Then kind of there's this things that are weird happening. He goes over to his girlfriend's house, and their cleaning lady is leaving, hysterical, telling him not to go in the house. And when he goes in the house, it looks as if they might be unpacking boxes of his girlfriend's stuff, and they say they're moving stuff, and he's like, "This is weird." And he takes one of her scarves because it smells like her, and then he goes home, and you see his family, and he goes back. He forms like a friendship with his recently departed girlfriend's father. They smoke a joint. They bond. So he's going back over to the house to go visit them. He hadn't been able to get a hold of Walter, I think is John C. Reilly's character name. Maury, sorry. And while he's over there, he sees through the window an image of what could possibly be his girlfriend, his deceased girlfriend, in the background. And then this movie turns. And as far as movie spoilers, go watch the movie, especially if you're into like comedy that's like done in an interesting way. But as far as movies, the movie reminded me in a lot of ways of Swiss Army Man. Kind of had that same, just a very similar feel, very simple. There's far less characters of Swiss Army Man. It's about a friendship or a bond that people have, but also Living Dead. Like, very interesting. Both Swiss Army Man and this movie introduce the concept of the living dead, quote unquote, in a unique way. This one, when they're trying to explain it to him, when he finds out that his girlfriend is actually alive and the parents just found out, he thinks that everybody was lying to him. They think that it was just like a big, like, fuck you kind of like prank. The girlfriend, who is back to life, Aubrey Plaza's character, doesn't have any idea she was even dead to begin with. She's confused as to why he thinks she's an asshole because he thinks she is fucking with him, but she doesn't even know. The parents know what's going on, but he hates them because he thinks they are in on it also, but they know the reality is that she is back from the dead. They don't know how to describe it, zombie or resurrection or whatever. And it's kind of like a funny, stressful, weird moment and a fun for me as somebody going into the movie, not knowing the premise, not having seen some of the other posters, not knowing at all that it had to be that it was basically a zombie movie, like a zombie comedy. That moment was awesome, and I hope I didn't spoil that moment for you. I hope you stopped this episode, went and watched the movie, and then you found out that it was basically a zombie movie. So he finds out that she's back from the dead, and he's like happy that she's alive again. And like, even though they were having problems in their relationship, it's almost he's getting this second chance. He lost. Same thing with the parents. The parents are like, obsessed with taking pictures of her. It's a concept introduced in a seemingly very realistic way in the comedy genre. Like, if you were to think of a very realistic comedic way that zombies could come back, then this is, as opposed to like Shaun of the Dead, little bit more real than Shaun of the Dead, although similar. So then the movie deals with his relationship with her kind of decomposing, and also he slowly learns that there are characteristics to the living dead that don't bode well for the current living. And over the movie, there's like a de-evolution of like other people, living dead come back. It's like a zombie apocalypse basically, but all the zombies are just ignorant to the fact that they're dead. They're basically like resurrected. So very, very much like it's just an interesting way to do a zombie kind of a thing, where the zombies are very much just like a slightly more brain dead and just detached from reality with fits of rage that only is calmed by listening to smooth jazz. So like there's a lot of smooth jazz, which I think the contrast of that, obviously, it's just such a good movie. I really enjoyed the movie, and to see like what happens in this universe as the this kind of zombie apocalypse happens. Just a really fun movie overall. And the director, when I setting up to do this episode on the show, on this movie, Jeff Bania, I don't know, something like that, is the director of this, and he started off with I Heart Huckabees, which is independent movie, a very weird movie, also not supernaturally weird, but just one of the more interesting Mark Wahlberg performances, but a good movie. Did that in 2004. This was his next movie that he didn't. It took 10 years until this one came out, Life After Beth. But I'm interested in watching Joshi, which is the one he did after this in 2016. And then the next year he did The Little Hours, which I started to watch. Has Aubrey Plaza and John C. Reilly in it. Probably some other people, I would imagine, similar. But I like the style. And I'm interested to see more of his work, more of his movies, because I really did enjoy Life After Beth. So if you're looking for something and you have Netflix and you like dark comedies, it's fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. It's one of the more unique takes on zombies that you will see. I would imagine. Maybe there's others. Maybe there's probably similar stuff out there, and I'm just not thinking about it. But I enjoyed the movie, so go watch it. Another hit, I would say, from the A24 Studios. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at InspiredDisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.